There was a man who couldn't forget a person in his heart because it was too bitter. So he asked everyone he met, "How can I forget him?" Finally, one day, he found out that there was a temple on a distant mountain where a great master lived, dedicated to resolving worldly matters. The man was extremely excited and immediately set off for the mountain. After meeting the master, he eagerly told his intentions and experiences in great detail. The master didn't interrupt him, but sat silently with closed eyes, listening. When the man stopped talking, the master opened his eyes and gestured to a cup of tea to be brought. Seeing the man's expectant look, the master took out a small bottle from his pocket and slowly said, "This water is called the Forgetful Potion. Will you drink it to forget the past?" The man hesitated when handed the bottle. He said, "Will drinking this really make me forget all my troubles?" The master shook his head and said, "Joy and sorrow are all emotions. Without bad, how do you know what is good? So to forget, you must forget it all." Hearing this, the man quickly shook his head and said, "No, no, master. I don't want to forget everything, just the bad things." The master smiled but didn't reply to the man. Instead, he asked the young monk beside him, "Disciple, did you recite the scriptures today?" The young monk quickly replied, "Yes, master, I did. I never neglect it." The master nodded and asked, "How do you remember these scriptures?" The young monk didn't understand why the master asked, but he answered honestly, "Well, I think about them a lot and recite them often, so I remember them naturally." "All right," said the master. "Then let me ask you, if you were to forget these scriptures, what would you do?" The young monk was puzzled by the question, and he said, I don't know, but if thinking and reciting a lot can help me remember, maybe not thinking or reciting can help me forget." It was then that the master turned to the man beside him and said, "Master, you ask everyone and tell everyone, even in our conversation just now, you were very detailed. How can there be any intention to forget? Even this young child knows that, don't you? If you want to forget, just don't think about it. Then what are you persisting in?"